I'm happy to be here. And so I just want to clarify that I'm from CTrides, but we work very, very closely with CT Transit because we promote all kinds of green commuting, and taking the bus is one of those modes. So I'm always working with the CT Transit people. I have a presentation, but before I get started with that portion of it, that slides, I wanted to talk just a little bit about our CT Rides app. This app is fantastic. It can help you plan a trip from your starting point to your destination just on this app. You can record a trip if you take one to work every week and you want to, say Tuesday through Thursday, you take the bus into work and you want to get points for taking those green commutes so that you can turn those points in for discounts online and at restaurants and local like coffee shops and things like that. So it's kind of like a thank you from the CTDOT for
Mhm.
you taking a green trip. Now, to back up a step, CT Rides is a free program of the Connecticut Department of Transportation that was put in place to reduce traffic and carbon emissions. We're doing our best to fight climate change, which has been really, really a bit crazy lately. So we can see the impact that it's having. And we know that if people take green commutes and reduce the number of cars on the roads, it's going to help because we'll reduce those carbon emissions and we'll be in better shape. So while it's not an easy change always, it's definitely going to benefit all of us. So on the app, I don't know if you could see this. I don't know how it looks like it's white to me, but um, you can record your trips. And when I say your trips, like say if you go for a walk, the walk counts if you're going from here to work or here to a destination. Not so much, going for a walk as a hike in the woods. It's more like
Mhm.
a walk that you're trading in using your car to get to. So hopefully that makes sense there. And you can connect to your Fitbit. There's Garmin and Strava, all different sorts of apps and things that you can connect to through the CT Rides app. You can create a trip profile and you can check out your rewards. I'm looking at my app here while I'm talking to you. There's drawings too, and a lot of just fun things that you can trade your points in and get rewards for. So, but
Paige, can you tell us what the app name is?
sure,
So
it's
we can try
CT
and get a
Rides.
CT
CT
ride.
Rides, and it looks. Let's see. It looks like the on my shirt. Whoops, there's a purple orb here with purple and black, and
Mhm.
just look for that, and that's the app. And this is so useful to finding like a carpool. You can put in your starting point and your destination, and you can see who else is traveling along your route. You can find park and rides where you can meet, and you could save money and wear and tear on your car if you use this app and share a ride with somebody. So that is the high level review of the CT Rides app, but it's free and it's great to have. And you never know when you might need it. Maybe one day you get a flat tire or you don't like driving in the snow. There's a lot of reasons to use the app. And in the end, no matter if you use it one day a week or every day of the week, you will definitely be helping the environment. So
Mhm.
we'll reduce those carbon emissions. I do have another app that I wanted to share with you today. Bear with me while I share my screen here. Oops. Post disabled attendees screen sharing. Oh, I guess I don't know if I can share it. Um, is there a way you can help me share my screen or let's see?
Sorry, Paige. Try it now. I made you the host.
Oh, okay, good.
But let me ask you a question, two
Sure.
questions. Like my mom, I usually drive to my mom's house, but
Mhm.
if I was to walk to my mother's house, can that count?
Well, sure, absolutely. Yes. Yeah. It's
Okay.
more like it's like how we're keeping a car off the roads.
Okay.
So, it's like if you were to drive somewhere to go for a hike, it kind of is defeating the purpose. So, you know what I'm saying? But if you were going to take your car to someone's house, walk to someone's house instead of taking your car, that's perfect.
And then
Absolutely
I
perfect.
had one other question. Like sometimes I want to go to like a concert at maybe
Mhm.
like XL Center. Does
Yes.
it give you any tips on like other people that you could maybe get a ride with to go to that concert?
Yes, you can put in your starting destination, a starting location and your destination. We even have groups, like if something is going on that maybe, so for example, I have something coming up at the convention center. I requested that they add that event to this app so that people can just choose that event and they could see who else is going as well. And then it's really great because you can, there will be points along the route where you can click on that other people are also going. You could chat with them and you could see if they'd be a good person to drive with. So, and you could work out all the details like how you'll split, who's going to drive, what are we going to pay, how are we going to pay for gas, are we going to split that, or I'll pay for it because you're driving. It's just really great. It's a
That
really helpful app.
that's really good because I really hate driving into Hartford for concerts and
Yes, yes,
Uber is so expensive. So,
it really is a great option instead of Uber. Nothing wrong with Uber, but it can add up, especially
Mhm.
people taking it to work. So
and what about like if you need a ride to the airport? Can you put that in too?
if someone is going that way, sure. Or even if you are going to the airport with someone together on a trip, you can record that because you're both carpooling together, even if you're from the same.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
you're
that's
That's
both.
great.
interesting.
So
Yeah.
you can get points if you're going with somebody else. Wow.
Yes.
Because I
Well, because
noticed the points add up.
they add up. I have thousands. I really should start spending them. But yeah, it's I would do things like I go to a baseball game separately, a nephew's baseball game, and I'd say I'll meet you there. Now I'm like, nope, pick me up on your way. Let's go together. Like any little thing you could do to not drive. I mean, it's not always feasible because maybe the bus doesn't come near you or it's not at the right time. But when you can work it out, it's great. It's really, really great. Yeah. I think it's a great program.
Thank you.
And yeah,
I'm
you're
going to try to
welcome.
get on it while you're talking.
Sure. And
Yeah.
it's okay if you can't. I could just talk briefly about the transit app too,
Okay.
whatever's easiest.
Yeah,
Is
definitely.
You
yeah,
mean Connecticut Transit?
the transit app I believe was created by the DOT. Well, it's actually created by Transit app. I don't know too much about that, but the DOT, help promote it for the DOT, and it actually gives you real time information on buses and trains. So it's awesome. And you could also pay for your bus or train ticket right there. Like, your bus ticket, you can get the 2 hour pass or the 31-day pass, and it's great because it's like a touchless way to pay. You don't have to fumble for change or a card. And you can bring, there's different costs for like if you're a youth, or a disabled person or senior
Senior,
citizen.
senior,
What's
senior,
that? Yes,
senior.
there's senior prices. You would just, like you might have a Medicare card, and you would just need, like say if you're youth, you would bring your license. Like if you're over 16 to 18, you would need to show ID, just to prove that you're still within the youth category. And for seniors or disabled, sure, you just bring your Medicare card or like a state issued ID, and yeah, you'll get your discounts. It's really great. So that is the transit app. And again, it tracks real time, it shows real time information. So you're not wondering, where's my bus? You could see it right on the app. Easy to download. You can download it on Google Play or the Apple Store. Super easy. And again, more tons of information on there, not just information about the bus or train. You can, there's bike sharing information. They talk about scooters and There's a place to ask questions if you have any questions about the app and how to pay. And there's also, if you're on the bus or you're waiting for the bus, you'll get pop-ups with questions that'll say, is the bus crowded? You know, when you're on the bus, you're like, is it crowded? You could put no, yes, or slightly crowded. And this helps other people that are using the app, which in turn helps you in the future as well. So it's also great for people who need to use the audio function. They can hear if they're like if their vision is impaired. They can use the audio function so they'll know when their stop is coming and they can get off. It's just really great. You can answer questions for people who have other disabilities, like is it accessible for them? So important to help people get where they need to go. So Transit app is a great app. The CTrides app is a great app. And I'm happy to talk about CT Transit as well. They have a great customer service department. So do we. And we are here to help you find whatever kind of help you need to use the bus, train, or carpool and get around easier. So, yeah.
So can you count this going out of state also?
You can use, we have the U-Pass where students can get free bus fare to the state line, but then they have to pay after that. Our service, CTrides, is all within Connecticut.
Okay.
Mhm.
Someone was telling me that there's a bus that goes from Yukon to Hartford. I was so Yukon Stores. Do you know about that?
Well, is it is it fast track? Is that, I don't
I
know if
wonder if it
you're
was
talking
Fast Track.
about.
It was like a Connecticut bus, it was a nonprofit, and they
Yeah,
leave on Fridays and they take kids from Stores to Hartford,
I'm
I
not
mean, to the
sure.
bus station or to party or what?
to the bus station.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
is it a shuttle or something? I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
it
so
might be a
sorry, I don't know.
shuttle, but
I
she said it
probably
was
should know.
great.
I should know this. And the fast track is like New Britain. It goes to Manchester Community College, and yeah. So, but those,
But if it's freezing cold and you're wondering where your bus is, I can't imagine that this couldn't be fantastic, to be able to get the information
yeah.
about where your bus is so you kind of know.
And it also tells you if there are any issues, like if there are any delays, and you can click on there. It'll tell you why it's delayed. So you can be prepared for that as well. It's so
Well,
important.
it's about time. It's about time. All the other
Oh
cities
yeah,
have them have real time bus.
yes. With the
We're glad
GP,
we're catching up.
we are catching up. We have to, right? We have to do our part. Transportation in Connecticut, we're like, it's the worst. It's like we
Yeah.
really have to make some big changes, and we
Yeah.
are, and we are.
No, that's
So
good. That's good to know.
yeah.
And is it the same service like in the part of Connecticut that's closer to New York? Like is CTrides and CT Transit throughout all of Connecticut?
CT Transit, there is, but there's other transit agencies like Heart Transit, GBT. We have a lot of agencies in Connecticut, and we
Oh,
all work with all of them.
okay. Yeah. And the train though, you're not connected at all to like Metro North or Amtrak, right?
Well, we're CT Rail, and so CT Rail, we have Shoreline East, the Hartford line. They connect, but yeah, we do all the scheduling for CT Rail and all the updates.
Oh,
So
where does the Hartford line go out of?
right over at Union. It's in the
Union
Hartford.
Station? Yeah.
Well, there's Union State, yeah. So,
Oh,
and it goes to New Haven and to Shoreline East and down to Old Saybrook. So it's
Doesn't it go to Springfield too?
yes. Mm-hmm.
so
The
like
short,
if I was taking a trip into New York City, which I like to do around Christmas time, and I took the train, this would count. I can put this on the app.
absolutely. You can. You mean like track your green trip? Absolutely,
Wow.
absolutely, yeah.
Okay. And you
Oh, and this app, pay for the ticket. There is a CT Rail. there's another app. There's too many apps, I think, but you can buy your tickets using the CT Rail eTix app. So there's that app, but the transit app that I was just talking about will tell you real time, like when it's coming and things like that. So
But you can also put in to get rewards for taking the train to New York instead of driving in.
yes, anytime you take any green mode, like the bus, train, biking,
Oh, biking
walking.
counts too.
Yes, it does. Yep. So if a lot of people bike to work, if you can believe it, and they do it all year round, which is amazing. Even teleworking counts. I know that, a lot of people are trying to return to work with very good reason, but it's very helpful if you think about it. Like when we had the pandemic, there weren't any cars on the road and the roads, and the weather was, I don't know, the environment just looked a lot better. It's very telling. So it's cars off the road. So it's not really a trip, but it counts towards those points. So you can record them. And yeah, it's very helpful because you're not, your car isn't out there on the road.
And how do you get, like, let's say you're eligible for, I don't know, like a gift card. How do you get it? Is it emailed to you or mailed to you?
Emailed. It's emailed. If you're chosen, you get an email with that you're the winner. So, and they do raffles all the time. Like, so once you start getting those points, you can get a $50 gift card, which is really great. So, might as well try it.
Do
Mhm.
you do you find a lot of people are using it?
The app,
Yeah.
yes, yes, we have a lot of people.
Okay, that's really
Yeah.
good. I have to, like, one thing is good about it is it emails me to remind me
Yes.
to get on and log. But I have to start making it a habit, like every week, thinking about where I'm going
Mhm.
and putting in to the app.
And some people say, they might say, well, I don't want to do it every day. I don't want to do it every week. Or so if you take a regular commute, like 3 days a week, you can actually record that trip and say Tuesday through Thursday. You can call the trip carpooling or bus or whatever you want to call it, and it'll automatically record those trips for you. And then, like you said, you'll receive an email from CTRI saying, "Are you tracking your trips?" They do that every few months to make sure that you still are. And you could record different trips. If you're going to your friend's house and you're going to walk there, you can do today. I'm just doing this one individual trip, but it is a lot to have to record the trip every day if you do it, which is great if you do it because that means you're taking green commuting all the time. But we want to make it easy for you too. We don't want it to be a hassle. So, and we want you to reap those benefits. So, yeah, we'll record the trip and it'll do it for you.
And can you estimate the miles? Like, does it have to be exact?
It'll do it for you.
Oh, so you put in where you
Yeah.
started and where you're
Yep.
going, and it tells you. Oh, that's so
It'll tell
cool.
you it'll tell you how many miles you saved, how much gas you saved, how much in pounds of carbon emissions you saved. It's really fun. I'm a results driven person. I love to see results, and it makes it even more worth it. Like it's it's several, like you could save tons over a certain period of time yourself. So it's nice to know that you're contributing. you know we have we have kids and grandkids out there. We have to make sure the world is going to be in good shape for them, and this is how we're going to do it. So that's most important to me. And since you work for a library, I'm an author and illustrator of children's books, and so I like to make sure this is a better world for kids. you know and
Oh, you should send me some info about your books. That's
oh,
so
sure,
cool.
I will.
That's excellent.
Absolutely. Yeah,
I
absolutely.
just think the points, the fact that you could get rewards,
Yeah.
that excites me because, like, I
Yeah.
care about the environment, but I really like rewards too.
Well, see, and that's the thing. It's like, who doesn't like rewards? It is a really nice thank you. And then when we have our Drive Less Connecticut competition in May, the rewards are unbelievable. They're really, this year we gave away gift cards. In the past, we've given away physical things like a bike, and it just, has been really, yard goats tickets. But I think the monetary value, like a gift card, is better because we are all across Connecticut and not everybody can go, it's not that accessible for someone to go to a game somewhere. So we wanted to make it easy for everyone. And so keep on the lookout for the
Can you tell us a little bit more about that? That's in May?
Sure. Yes, it's the May Drive Less Connecticut Challenge. And if you follow us on Facebook or, we're on all the, we're on TikTok, we're all over the place. And if you follow us, you will, or sign up for our newsletter, which you can do on CTrides.com. Also, you can sign up and get all of the updates, which we definitely promote about the Drive Less Connecticut challenge when it starts coming around. So that's a fun one. That's a fun one to join, and anyone can do it. And yeah, so it's exciting. We have more than one winner too. We give out several prizes.
Hope, did you have any more questions? I feel bad. My internet is coming in and out. I don't know if you guys realize.
No, it is okay. No, you're asking all the questions I didn't know to ask.
Yeah, I just have to force myself to start doing it. But I like the idea that you said, Paige, that you can almost like make a list at the end of the week and then put them all in.
Right.
Well, no, not even that. I'm going to make it even easier for you. Ready, Mara? It's not even that. You go in to the app. There's an area that says record a trip. You click on that. You name that you choose which mode you want to use. So say you're taking the bus, you choose that mode, and then you call it. You could call it Mara's Bus Trips, weekly bus, whatever you want to call it. You hit save, and you have saved now that you take this trip weekly. You can choose weekly or daily or whatever, and
Right.
it hit save, and you don't have to write anything down. See, we don't want it to be a lot of work for people. So this is actually good to know, because if that's how everyone's thinking about it, it's not that hard. You do it once and you're set. Going forward, you never have to go back in there and do it again. The only time you have to, it'll do it behind the scenes. It'll just always record it for you, unless you no longer work there and you want to discontinue it. You can stop having it record your trips. Or if you want to add an additional trip, like say on the weekend, you're like, I'm going to go to walk down to the store from here. You can put that in individually yourself. But we don't want you to have to go every day or at the end of the week and taking the time to like put in your trips. No, we don't want that. One and done.
No,
So
that's really good, because like I walk to my mother's. I usually drive to my mother's, but I do walk to my mother's a lot. And so if I can get credit for every time that I'm walking to my mother, and I assume credit when I walk back home too.
Yes, both ways. Yep.
Okay. All right. Excellent.
Well, I work from home. How do I get my credit? Yeah.
Okay. So you join you download the CTrides app. And then when you get on there, it will ask you to fill out your profile. And the reason why that's important is they need, they'll get your zip code. It's not like they're going to be following you everywhere you go. It's still private, but they need to know, I guess where you're starting from and your destination. And then you can just go where it says record a trip. It's you write down at I think it's kind of tricky to see here. You can let me know.
Later on, Mara, will you have all those?
I have the app and it's working, so I can show it to you next time that I see you, Hope.
Just send me the name of the app. So I'll take, I'll get the CTrides and the transit.
Yeah. You know what, Paige? Do you want to put both into the chat right now?
Sure.
Yeah, and then I'll get that later.
Yeah. So I'm on CT rides right now, and my profile is in there, which is good. And it asks me questions, so I can finish answering those.
Yeah, it definitely takes a few minutes. But so there's the CT Rail app. There's the CTrides. There's a lot of apps, but they're so good, and you can buy, your CT rail e-ticks. Right. I don't know if you can see this is kind of, it looks not so great on my screen, so I'm not really sure how good it looks for you, but that's what the CT rail app looks like. Whoops. And it was nice and colorful. And then the CTrides app is the record a trip. Just remember, under trips at the bottom, there's a place that says, you can't see anything, but it says trips. You go in there, record a trip, and you do a new trip, and you select your mode. And
so it's CTrides. Is this correct, Paige?
Yep.
And that's for the rewards.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's the one for the rail?
CT Rail app. I put them right there in the chat for you.
Okay.
Oh.
And then the transits, right?
Yep.
So
And the CT Rail is how you get your rail tickets.
Okay.
Right.
All right, great. And then Hope, if you still have more questions, if you don't mind, Paige, I could give Hope your email address.
Well, that's fine. Sure. Let me put that
Yeah.
in this.
Yeah. Please. Yeah.
And make sure you go to CTrides.com, and also CT Transit is a wealth of information, especially our customer services too. Like if you have questions about which bus route you need to take, any train question, they can help you with anything. They are very knowledgeable, and you'll get all the answers you need. So there's everything you need right there in the chat.
Okay.
Excellent. And I will say, we have called many times for patrons, and they answer the phone right away. You get a person right away, and they really talk you through the best way of doing it. They make it very clear. So it has changed a lot from how things used to be. Oh, that's Hope's beautiful backyard.
It is. Just don't take the bus there.
She has the most gorgeous backyard.
Taking us for a walk.
See, she's good for the environment because she has such a beautiful yard.
Yeah, I'm actually needing to go soon too, because my little kids are awake.
Yes. Well, I'm going to say goodbye to everybody, and thank you very much for doing this for us, Paige.
Absolutely.
And we're going to put it on our
definitely going online to get this done.
Yeah,
good. That's
I'm like
exciting.
halfway there. I'm going to finish it all up. So
Wonderful.
all right,
Let me know if you have questions.
All right, thank you so much, Paige. Take care.
You're welcome. Okay, have a great day.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.